All right, thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. Just want to share with you some of the top stories that we are following right now. Want to let you know that we are keeping our eyes in a Fulton County case that, of course, has garnered national attention. A Cobb County judge has now called an emergency hearing in the divorce case involving Trump special prosecutor Nathan Wade and his estranged wife, Jocelyn. So here's some video that you're looking at right now of Mr. Wade, who was hired by Fulton County DA Fani Willis to help lead the investigation into former President Donald Trump and his allies, and it resulted in indictments in this massive racketeering trial. Of course, now we know that there has been a motion filed by at least one of the defendants in this case calling for Mr. Wade, who you're looking at, and DA Willis to be disqualified from the case and also for the charges to be dropped. So a lot of controversy surrounding all this, but Mr. Wade and his now estranged wife, again, there's a divorce proceeding underway, and the big headline here is there is an emergency hearing that's been called for this divorce case. That emergency hearing has been set for today, and that is basically this topic here is whether DA Willis will be compelled to testify in this divorce case. Will DA Willis be forced to publicly testify in this divorce case? So something that we're going to keep following here on Atlanta News First Plus. Okay, also want to let you know we're keeping our eyes inside Fulton County courtroom on the YSL case. Of course, you know, we've been covering this gavel to gavel. I do want to let you know that it is expected to resume really at any moment now, and you can watch the whole thing gavel to gavel right here in Atlanta News First Plus. We will begin the live stream as soon as testimony begins, and that will be on our special events stream, what we call our secondary channel. You'll be able to watch that live all day long while we deliver other news, general news on our primary channel. So again, just go to our special events stream if you want to watch the YSL trial or Young Thug trial. Gavel to gavel. This is video from previously, the last week of testimony. Remember, court was dark last week. The week before that, we heard from Trontavious Stevens, who was a former co-defendant in this case. And there he is. That's Trontavious Stevens. And he took a plea deal, pleaded guilty, turned state's witness, and he testified that Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, and he co-founded YSL Street Gang. He testified it was a gang. He testified that all 6 defendants who are on trial, there's Jeffrey Williams, were members of this gang. So huge testimony, really a bombshell in court. So we'll look for more testimony to resume any moment now. And that'll start on our special events stream. We'll bring that to you live. I also want to let you know about another case. This is really a heartbreaking story of a man who was convicted already. He's already been convicted of killing a grandmother and her grandchildren. So this man has been found guilty on all the charges related to killing this grandma and her 2 grandkids. He is expected to be sentenced. His name is Deantre Tigner. He was 16 years old when he stole a limo SUV, led police on a long chase through several neighborhoods about 8 years ago. The chase ended in a crash which killed 75-year-old Dorothy Wright, 6-year-old Layla Partridge, and 12-year-old Cameron Costner.
And sometimes, some decisions, some life choices you cannot take back. You can never get Dorothy, Cameron, or Lydia back.
And so of the 15 counts Tigner is convicted of, 6 of them are for felony murder. In Georgia, a felony murder conviction does carry a life sentence. Okay, let's talk about the bats that have been infesting UGA, one of the dorms there. Exterminators expected back at the UGA campus trying to put an end to this bat infestation in one of the school dorms. So exterminators will be returning to the Oglethorpe House dorm on UGA's campus. That's where this colony of bats has been invading the building. Exterminators say the bats are federally protected, so sealing off entry points and only allowing them to exit the building. That's what they have to do here. Once all the entry points are sealed, the exterminators say it could take up to 72 hours for the bats to leave the building. But, it's a little bit of a delicate process here, given that they are protected. And you know what? I want to turn now at this time to a look at the forecast because I just think meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi is over here. It's been so cold that these critters are just looking for a place to stay warm.
That's right.
I
They
mean,
are.
listen, I don't want them in my house. I don't want to live with them, but I think that's what they're doing.
For sure. We all want to stay warm. Even the creepy crawly and ones that fly, they all want to be inside because outside has just not been it lately, guys. This week, we have a lot of changes. We have multiple first alerts on the way this week for rain. We want to give you a heads up, especially because of the timing of it. We're going to start to introduce more widely scattered showers starting Thursday, and then that will unfortunately linger into Friday and into the start of your weekend Saturday. So want to give you that heads up that it is going to be a little bit of a wet week as we head towards the second half of the week, with rain chances really starting as early as Tuesday. But again, the most widely scattered rain chance Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as a very slow-moving weather system rolls into the southeast. But while it's going to be rainy, it's also going to be warmer, and I think we can all get behind that, right? Here's a look at what to expect today. Already seeing a pretty thick cloud deck over the city, so mostly cloudy skies, and that will be the case as we make our way through the day today. By your lunch hour, temperatures in the low 40s, so you'll need the layers today all day long, but thankfully we are saying goodbye to the teens. I know Fairburn woke up in the teens this morning down in South Fulton, but that was it. It was still very cold this morning, but we'll warm near 50 degrees this afternoon, so much warmer than what we experienced the past couple of days. In fact, we spent over 40 hours below freezing starting Friday night, spent the day below freezing all day Saturday, and then, of course, we finally went above freezing yesterday afternoon. Out the door tomorrow, as you're making your way out for your Tuesday, we're going to start in the 40s, low 40s at that. And just to kind of put this in perspective, we topped out in the low 40s yesterday, and that's where we're starting the day tomorrow. If that doesn't tell you that we have a warming trend on the way, I don't know what does. You'll still need some layers, though, tomorrow morning. Definitely jacket or coat worthy as you make your way out the door. By 11 a.m., we'll already be closer to 50 degrees. Tomorrow afternoon, temperatures will top out in the low 50s, mid to upper 50s south of the city. We'll start to get a more southerly flow to our wind, so that will allow for a warmer and also a more moisture-rich environment to kind of roll in. And so you'll notice more cloud cover, but if you're south of the city, because of that southerly wind, you'll be a touch warmer than everybody else. There's also going to be a little bit of a wedge trying to take over the next couple of days. So that's why if you're north of the city, and I'll actually go back to that graphic, notice in places like Clayton, Gainesville, you'll be a little cooler as that wedge starts to erode, but still at least holding on enough to make you cooler than everybody else the next couple of days. But tomorrow we'll be back in the 50s. As we make our way into Thursday, that's going to be the start of our first alert. We're going to have a front start to approach, and that's going to increase our coverage of rain. But at the same time, we're going to have a warm front to our north. And underneath a warm front, air is warmer. Just like behind cold fronts, you have cold air. So we'll start to have more moisture pull in, more heat pull in from the Gulf of Mexico, and that will allow for a warmer day, but that's also going to lead to more scattered showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder, not only Thursday, but also Friday and Saturday as that front starts to make its way closer and then ultimately moves in and slowly treks through the southeast as we make our way towards the end of the work week and into the start of the weekend. Let's talk about the temperatures first. We'll start with the good news. Of course, let you know that we have the first alerts because of the rain, but that comes with some warmer air. We'll be in the low 50s tomorrow, low 60s on Wednesday, and then upper 60s on the way as we head into Thursday and Friday, and we'll stay in the 60s even into next weekend. Here's a look at the rain. So that front at this point, back out in Mississippi, but we're going to have some rain out ahead of it. And we will start to introduce rain chances on Wednesday. So that warm front that will be north of us on Thursday, as that moves north, that will carry the chance for a few showers along it on Wednesday. But again, our most widespread coverage of rain, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The timing still needs some work. It does look like Thursday, it'll be the afternoon, so that evening commute Thursday will be quite messy. And then on Friday, we'll have the chance for on and off showers throughout the day. Saturday, we could start the day dry, and then as we make our way into the afternoon and evening, maybe more rain ramps up. So Saturday in particular needs work when it comes to the timing of when that widespread rain will roll in. But we know it's the weekend, whether it's the afternoon or the evening, you're more than likely going to have some sort of plans, right? So we wanted to give you that heads up that at some point on Saturday, you're more than likely going to get wet. And we are going to pick up potentially some very impressive rain. This is going to help with our drought a lot. Not that we're in any kind of extreme drought anymore. The drought conditions, especially with this wetter pattern we've been in for winter, the drought conditions have definitely lessened, and this is going to continue to help with that. We're already in a surplus for the year, and we're just going to add to that. Through Saturday, we're looking at anywhere between 2 to maybe over 5 inches of rain. Now, this model's a little more aggressive than some of our others, but I just wanted to let you know that this is going to happen over a stretch of about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so about 4 days. So not necessarily looking at flash flooding. If this was all falling in just one day, we would definitely be concerned about flash flooding. But we could still see some, the river levels rise, maybe some creeks and streams go over their banks a little bit, especially the ones that are a little more flood prone. Some low-lying areas could have some ponding in the roadways as we make our way into the weekend. So we'll keep an eye on it for you. I don't think the flash flooding threat is none, but it's not necessarily particularly super high either. Here's a look at your first alert 7-day forecast. Today, cloudier with highs near 40, or near 50, in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, we'll wake up near 40. Mostly dry, maybe a stray shower tomorrow with highs in the low 50s. Wednesday, we'll have the chance for showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder as a warm front lifts north, so that will really boost our warming trend for the second half of the week. Low 60s Wednesday, waking up near 50. So take a look at that. Where we're topping out today is where we're going to wake up Wednesday morning. It's just spectacular, guys. I don't care if the rain's coming. I'm ready for the warmer temperatures. Upper 60s Thursday and Friday. Those are first alerts for the chance for rain. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder. I think when it comes to any severe weather, that will stay closer to the Gulf Coast and out of our area. I don't think we're necessarily going to see severe weather, but a few rumbles of thunder possible. And then we'll keep the chance for widely scattered showers on Saturday. The timing still needs work, but we'll keep you posted on it as we make our way through the week so you can continue to make your plans. But we're giving you that first alert just to let you know. If you're already looking ahead to the weekend, because who's not? It's never too early. There's going to be rain on Saturday in some capacity, and that could impact your plans. And then Sunday, spotty rain early in the morning with highs near 60, but most of the day Sunday should be dry. So if you have any plans on Sunday, then you should be good to go, with the exception of maybe early morning church or something like that. You might run into some issues there, but otherwise, not a half bad looking forecast, especially compared to the teens feeling like the negative numbers we had over the weekend. Just look ahead to some warmer weather, but also, unfortunately, some rain that's going to come along with it. All right, everyone, thanks so much for spending some time with us this morning to get your news headlines and your forecast. Stay with us here on Atlanta News First Plus throughout the day for more updates, and we'll catch you here next time.